maybe you have the same pet peeve, maybe you don't, but I hate when people tell me that they're proud of me. I know that sounds a little messed up, but I really do. And I've tried to look into why, right? Because you always want to understand why something bothers you or why it triggers you. And I've come to this conclusion, and maybe it will change, but right now where I'm at with this is, for me, I'm so proud of you is condescending. And it's not meant to be condescending. I'm actually okay with it when somebody not superior, like my dad or my stepmom or, my aunt or whatever says like, I'm so proud of you. Like, I love you. I'm so proud of you. Like, that makes sense to me. But when someone my age or maybe someone that I don't respect, or even someone I respect, if they're like my age or they're like a little younger or whatever it is, I'm just like, what? Because for me, it's like, I'm so proud of you means like, you did it. You got it. It's like, yo, bitch, didn't you think that I could do it? Like, I don't understand. I don't like it. Maybe you didn't like it either. You don't like it. You never really understood if other people didn't like it either. But if I don't like it. So maybe there's something to it. Because whatever, I don't like it. And I don't say it to people. I actually am very, very intentional. That's not the right word. I'm very, I can't think of the word. I just don't say I'm so proud of you to people. I always say like, wow, that's so awesome. Like, I knew you could do it. Like, don't you feel great? Like, are you excited about this? Like, you're so inspiring, or that's so empowering. Because for me at least, I'm so proud of you is like, oh, you did it, sweetie. I understand that's like not what it's meant for, but whatever. That's how I feel. And I just wanted to talk about it really quickly because that was just like the one thing on my mind as I turned the mic on. Woo, take a deep breath, Ricky. Yeah, I did not podcast last week. Honestly, just didn't feel like it. Not always a good reason to not show up, but I've been podcasting for 1.5 years and I've only not podcasted like I think 7 times total. Sometimes I don't have something to say, and that's okay. And sometimes when you don't have something to say, you should show up anyways because you actually do have things to say. It's like going to your therapist or like trying to cancel on your therapist because you don't have anything to say or nothing is wrong that week. It's like, just go. Who knows? You might have something to say. But sometimes, at least for the podcast, I have to give myself breaks because creatively and just energetically, and if I'm working through something, I honestly don't always want to share it anymore, like in real time, because sometimes I have to work through it first. And this podcast is very much a space for me to share whatever I want. And it's so me and it's so raw. But sometimes what I'm learning is that if I take a step back for a second and I process it, it actually will be better processed for you because I've really worked through the kinks and getting kinky. No, but seriously. And I do actually podcast on my own. So one day I'll share those with you guys. Like, I literally just turn the mic on and I podcast as if I'm sending it out, even though I'm not always sending it out. And it feels really nice because putting the microphone and the headphones on is just a space for me to escape and to hear my thoughts. And that's really beautiful and nice for me. And you have to always remember why you started something. I started this podcast for me. And I'm so glad you love it, truly. But I never want to feel like I have to be somewhere with this because I believe our greatest work is when it's the most true and authentic version of us. So what's been going on? Well, let's update you. I've just been making some changes. Changes internal changes that will be externally, I'm sorry, I'm like totally not able to use words right now for some reason. I've been making some changes. One of the changes is I'm lowering my ADHD medicine. I don't really want to talk about it right now, but it's going great and I'm really proud of myself. And it's tough. And if you're doing it, I would recommend that you fix your diet because your diet is everything when it comes to your brain and your energy. So I've been doing that. I'm back in LA. I was in Michigan for about a week. That was nice. And I am raising my prices just overall to work with me and to do the Walking Away from Weed program. And that feels really good. And I just want to kind of explain to you why I'm doing that. And first and foremost, this program has been around for a year and there's so much credibility and so much value in it. And the value of me, I've gone up, right? When I invest in myself all the time. And that's the thing about investing in yourself is that when you buy a program from someone, especially a program that's constantly updated, you're buying their knowledge and like what they've done to upgrade their own being. And I pay a lot of money to invest in myself. I pay thousands and thousands of dollars to keep my brain sharp, to make sure I'm a good leader, to make sure I'm always doing work internally. And I bring that into the program and I bring that into the content that I create. And to be honest with you, I am just in a different place now. And I'm in a place where I am calling in people that don't need me to convince them that their life is valuable. And I think that that's a really great place to be, but it's also scary because it does require me to raise my prices. It requires me to raise my standards. And I'm not talking about just for myself, but it requires me to raise my standards and who I let into my world. And for a long time, I didn't really have a standard. I don't think I'm better than anybody. It's not about that. It's just like, hey, I've expanded and grown. And that's it. That's it. Like that is literally it. I've expanded and I've grown, and you can't stay in the same place. You can't offer the same price. You can't just stay if you're moving. And I want that to be inspirational and inspiring for you if you're a business owner. Like if you've had the same price for a year, raise it. If you're investing in yourself constantly and you're always trying to make yourself better, like raise your price. The right people will follow. I would love to be able to help everybody. But the truth is like, I don't have energy to handle. Oh, you guys hear the dog barking? I don't know what's going on out there, but a part of me wants to get up and be like, are you guys okay? But I'm not going to. I don't have the energy. That's what it is. And it's not a matter of thinking you're better than anybody. It's just like, I will always invest in myself, and I want people in my world that will do the same. And that's really just the truth. And sometimes it's like, it's so much more than just a price, to be honest with you. It's like this program, the work that I do in general, my podcast, my program, anything that I create, it's like, do you know how much work that I've had to put into my own existence to create something like that? Like not you personally, but like people don't realize they're not paying for a program. You're paying for someone's expertise. You're paying for all the pain that they had to go through to get to this place. You're paying for their investments that they even made in themselves. You're paying for their brain, essentially. And my brain's valuable. Your brain's valuable. My time, pretty valuable. The most valuable thing I have is my time. And I want people that value their time as well. And I know that some people won't be able to come along for the ride, and that's okay, because hopefully there'll be other things you can plug into. But my whole career, it feels like I've always come from a place of struggle. And I do struggle with things. Come on, we all do. But I'm trying to disassociate with the word struggle, because you can struggle with something without struggling. And I don't want to be on that train. I've actually have been off that train for quite some time. And I think part of me has kept myself in that energy sort of, I don't know, that has nothing to do with you, nothing to do with anyone but me. That's an internal thing. And it's good to recognize that for me. It's good for me to say, hey, you got to do some internal work on that. And so I have. I really have. And there's definitely some things there. And I'm working through them. And guess what? I'm not struggling. I'm just overcoming. I'm expanding. I'm transforming. And so are you. And I've realized that my goal in life is to not just be relatable, but to be able to be relatable in the way where it's like, I relate to you, but I also don't relate to you because I want to be on that level. I know that sounds like a little weird, but what I mean by that is like, I don't follow people. I don't buy from people that are like extremely on the same level as me, right? Like I buy from people that are a million steps ahead of me, or at least like 5 steps ahead of me. Cause I'm like, I relate to you. I love your stories. And there's a part of me that doesn't relate to you, but I want to be able to relate to that part of you, like money or whatever it is, success. And yeah, I don't know. So it might come off arrogant. It might come off rude. It might come off like, wow, Ricky, you don't give a fuck. It's like, no, I give a lot of fucks. I give a lot. I really, my heart's very big. And I have a lot of empathy. I have a lot of guilt. I mean, I feel things so deeply, especially as I'm lowering my medicine. Like I just able to feel more. I want to help everybody. I really do. But I'm not a charity case. I'm not. And someone said it best. They said, if you want to do good in the world, create something that helps people. But if you want to charge a certain price for it, you should do that. And then you can figure out other ways to help people through charity, through volunteer, right? Like a business is not always the avenue to give without having boundaries or pricing. There are other ways to give back. And listen, I really do love helping people, but I don't actually enjoy helping people that don't want to help themselves. I actually don't enjoy it at all. It's very draining for me. It's not the energy I'm in. It's not the energy I want to be around. So that's what I've come to realize. So from here on out, we're going to be raising the prices, raising the standard of Ricky, of Steps Forward, the brand, of the program, walking away from weed, of the podcast. Everything is going to get a little bit of an upgrade because as I upgrade, everything around me does. And some people will not like that and they will not be able to relate to me anymore. And that's okay. I love you no matter what. Grateful. I hope you come in and out of this community. And I think that's okay. There are plenty of people that I've followed that I had to unfollow for a while because I wasn't able to understand, or I just felt triggered by them. And guess what? When something triggers you, there's a reason for it. So I'm raising the standards of the person I allow in my life, romantically, friends, clients. And I'm not just for everybody anymore. I can't be. I don't want to be. And I want you to have permission to raise the standards in your life or in your business. So with that said, the Walking Away from Weed program right now is $600 and you are able to join it for the month of March. This offer is actually available for the next 10 days. You pay $150 for the next 4 months, 4 installments. I'm trying out this subscription to see how it goes. After this, the month of April, the price is going to double. The lowest it will be $600 and the highest it will be $1,000. This is where we're at with the program. It has so much credibility and so many transformations under the belt. And the value has just increased because your life is valuable. And I want you to be a part of this experience. I want you to change your life the way I have, the way my clients have. And it's okay to grow. It's okay to outgrow. It's really scary too. But we keep moving, right? We do scary things. We move. And we hope that some people will come move with us and not everyone will. But you don't stay in a place just because some people don't move with you. You keep moving and you trust the right people show up. And I trust that the right people will show up for my work. The people that want to change their life. People that don't need me to convince them to change their life. Because I'm not here for convincing. I'm here to inspire for sure. I'm here to teach. I'm here to help you lead yourself. And if you're brave enough to get into the room, you have no idea how far you can go. So the doors are open. Get in the room. The prices will increase in April. And I'm looking forward to this next chapter. Let's call it the upgrade. Let's call it the not just steps forward. We're walking into the next level. Me and you, let's go. Like, let's raise the standards for our lives, for our businesses, for our relationships, for ourselves. You want to be wealthy, you want to be happy, you want to be energetic. Start making decisions that move you in the direction of the things that you want. You just want to listen to free podcasts and free content and start over and stop and stay in relationships that are shitty and eat when you're not hungry. Like, that's okay too, but you will not get very far. And I guess it depends how far you're trying to go. I love you. You know that. And if you are interested in the program, please, please, please reach out. This offer is only available for a limited amount of time. The price is going to increase in April. And I would love for you to be a part of it if you're struggling. Also, I'm taking on 2 one-on-one clients for some business and consulting mentorship. If you are an entrepreneur, if you are looking to elevate your business, to elevate your brand, please reach out. I'll have some links in the show notes for you to contact me. If you're listening to this and you have a podcast and you're looking for a charming and charismatic guest, hello. My name is Ricky. If you're looking for a speaker to bring into your community, for a workshop, for your business, I can speak on all different kinds of topics: entrepreneurship, mindset, walking away from things, taking a step forward, the understanding of dopamine. There's just so many things that I've had great experience in and knowledge in, and I'm ready to share all that. All right. I love you. I'll see you next week.